Folks, what's up? It's Pete Thorn. Welcome to my studio, and this is a video all about the Audient Sono recording interface. There it is, sitting there in my industrial C-clamp on my desk. I put it up there because it was real easy to see that way. This is a real interesting unit. So it's as much guitar preamp as it is a recording interface. You're hearing me speak through my Mojave MA200 mic right now, and it's going into a mic pre on the Sono, and I'm tracking straight into Logic through it. So yeah, it's a recording interface that you can plug microphones and things into, but it's also got preamp in it, a tube preamp that operates at high voltage. It's got a full 3-band EQ, bass, middle, and treble, and it's very, very simple to use. Yeah, you can plug a guitar straight into this thing, into a high Z input on the bottom here, and maybe use it with some pedals or things like that, and track your guitar straight into it, because it's actually a tube preamp that's kind of made for guitar. It's pretty interesting. You can also utilize two-note software with it, as well as the included software program if you don't want to track into a DAW. This is up here on my screen right now, this is the Sono software program that comes with it for monitoring and things like that. I'm just going to pull up the two-note software here. There it is up on my screen. This is Wall of Sound. So it comes with a version of Wall of Sound, kind of a light version of Wall of Sound that handles speaker simulation as well as microphone modeling and room sounds and power amp drive, all kinds of good stuff like that. We're going to get to it all in just a minute here, but just a really, really unique device in that it's as much guitar preamp as it is a recording interface. So you heard me playing through it and tracking all those parts on the song at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to solo some of those outside of the mix, as well as detail how I recorded some of them using the Sono in a couple of different ways. So once I got the Sono unpacked and installed all the software, got it all working and good stuff like that, it took me a second, I must admit, to get my head wrapped around it and understand it, because it is a different kind of device. It's kind of a one-of-a-kind device. There's nothing else really out there like it. Yes, it's an interface and it has 2 mic pre's in it, but there's lots of those out there on the market. Yes, you can do reamping with it and all that good stuff, but the thing that really makes it unique, and sets it apart is that it really is kind of like an amplifier clean pedal platform that then integrates with the two-note software for speaker cabinet and microphone simulation. So think of it as like an amp that you can drive up a little bit or get a bit gritty or leave totally clean, that is kind of like your core tone. It's the tone shaper, and then on top of that you can add your pedals and effects and stuff and send it all out into your DAW and record tracks really easily. So that's the easiest way that I can describe it. Now that's the way that I utilized it for most of the guitar parts in the song at the beginning of the video. I also mic'd with it and did some different things, but mainly I'm using it as like a clean pedal platform and speaker simulation mic modeling. The second rhythm guitar part from the song at the beginning of the video. This is the core tone that I used for that part. Okay, so just kind of like clean amplifier tone. I'm using the Sono with the drive on about half, using the EQ for a little bit of tone shaping. I've got a 412 cabinet dialed up with greenback speakers in the Wall of Sound software, and I just kind of tried to get a good basic core guitar tone. Now if I turn on a pedal over here on my pedal board, this is the Bogner Blue overdrive pedal. It sounds something like this now. Once again, basically I'm thinking of the Sono as clean amp, adding the Bogner pedal to add some overdrive and character and color, and that's how I achieve that particular guitar sound. Okay, so let's talk about some of the controls on the Sono as well as some of the controls in the Two Notes Wall of Sound software. So right now I'm running a couple overdrives off of my board into the Sono. So you're hearing the sound of a Rocket Archer as well as Bogner Blue, and I got them dialed in so that I got enough gain for lead tone. So let me just turn the knobs a little bit on the Sono. Then if you want to add some drive from the Sono itself, that's real easy. you can hear the sound get thicker, fatter, and actually the volume drops a little bit because it's compressing a little bit more as you turn up that drive control. So I like it somewhere, generally speaking, around the middle point, or 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So it's really straightforward to dial in a cool kind of platform for your tone. Now in the Wall of Sound software, let's check out some of the controls we got here. So starting here from the power amp control, okay, this is another way to control the drive right from the software. It's going to affect the drive and also kind of the thickness because it's supposed to be simulating power amp drive. So it in practice works really well. This version of Wall of Sound is kind of like a light version almost of Wall of Sound. It's very, very simple to use, very straightforward. There's not a ton of controls and there's not a lot to get lost in. So I like that about it. There's a bright and dark control here for tone control right in Wall of Sound. Okay, so that's another way that you can really massively sort of overall filter the tone. And then there's the distance control. Now, I'm on the crypt room here right now. So just by moving the distance control, I'm at 0 right now, which means I'm as close to the cabinet with the virtual microphone as you can get. When I move this control, I can crank up the ambience, and I'm just going to take it all the way to the far position. This is 50%. Moving it closer, which in practice is probably going to be sort of more what you do for most guitar tones. That's around the 16% setting, so mostly it's close mic signal. Okay, so let's leave that there for a second. The next control down here is the contour control. Okay, so you can just turn that anywhere from vintage to modern. And basically what's going to happen is in the modern setting, you're going to get more bass, more high end, more of a scoop sound. And in the vintage setting, it's going to kind of roll off top and lows and boost the mid. Okay, so somewhere, once again, between kind of the 11 and 2 position seems to be where there's a happy medium and nothing too extreme. Okay, so really straightforward and easy. Now I'm using right now the let's see, Ribbon 121 style microphone on a 412 style cabinet, and just really easy to switch mics and try some different microphone sounds. Okay, switching to the 160 ribbon mic, a little bit brighter. Switching to the Dynamic Bass 52, not a mic I would normally use on guitar. Kind of a darker dynamic situation. This is going to a 57 now. So, of course, depending on the microphone choice, whether you got the EQ set on the unit, like now, because I'm using a 57, it's getting a little bright. So I might back off the tone here a little bit, crank up the hot a little bit, move the contour control. Thanks for watching my video on the Sono from Audient. Really interesting recording interface that's super guitar-centric. Trying to think if there's anything I missed. Number one, you can always track a DI track through this that's completely unaffected, printed in your DAW, and then if you want to reamp, there's actually a separate reamp output on here, so you could send that signal back out to a guitar amplifier and experiment in the mix. Another thing you can do is run line inputs into the combo jacks on the top here, and so if you want to kind of warm up some keyboards or something like that, you can run them through there and then send them to the tube stage and drive them up a little bit. One last thing, if you want to take the Sono with you and utilize it as a preamp with a couple of your favorite sounds stored in it, but without your computer, you can actually do that. There's 3 different preset slots that you can make 3 presets and store them in there, take them with you wherever you go. I know there's going to be some stuff I missed in this video because this is a deep device, so check it out further at the website that you see there on your screen. Hit the thumbs up if you dug the video. Come back and see me for more videos real soon. I'm Pete Thorn. Take care.